welcome to Science. Chance to think about a question today. What would food and drink taste like in space? I don't know if you've gone flying before in an aeroplane or have gone underground, say on Eurostar, but when travelling through the air or under the sea, on planet Earth at least, gravity keeps everything much the same. Even in aeroplanes, they're pressurised to keep the environment as close to being on Earth as they can. This is a lovely cup of iced coffee here. I wonder what it would taste like in space. What would make it different? Well, here's what would make it different. When astronauts go into space to explore, what they find is that food and drink doesn't taste of anything, or it just tastes a bit weird. That's because of gravity not being present. You know how they're floating around? Well, so do all of their bodily fluids as well. And they get quite puffed up noses and puffy faces, and so they find that things lose their taste generally. If you want to have a go at this at home, to see what things might taste like in space, there are two ways you can do this. I've got 5 samples of the 5 different main flavour groups, and all that I would encourage you to do is to label them up. And here I've used 5 different beakers. I've got a red, I've got a green, I've got a yellow, I've got a turquoise, and I've got a glass one. And in the glass one, just as one example, I've got bitter, because coffee is a bitter flavour. So, to try it on Earth, let's just take it as it is. A bit on the strong side to exaggerate the flavour, but that is the bitter flavour. I can definitely taste that. Now, would it be different in space? If this was to be a fair test, I would swill out my mouth with some fresh water. So I'm going to do that right now. Round 2. It's there, but not quite as strong. And that's because the senses of taste and smell work very, very closely together. In fact, in food science, flavour is a combination of both taste and smell. Now, you could do this, again, so for some ideas, coffee will give you a bitter flavour. For sweets, I've just got some sugar, water with sugar in. Sorry, that's my sweet one. For sour, I'm using vinegar. You could use lemon juice, any other acidic fruit juice. For salt, just a bit of salt dissolved in some water. Now, there's a 5th flavour called umami, which more or less translates as savoury. It's the kind of taste that you get in things like cheese, mildly, salami, definitely, yeast extract that you might spread on toast. I'm not a fan particularly, but it's also there in green tea. And it's that flavour that's so hard to describe, hence it's not even translated into English fully, umami. A second stage to this test would be if you were to gather together a group of foods that had the same core taste, choosing one of those, but they tasted slightly differently, each of them. So, what if you got, for example, lots of different, or some different, jelly beans or chewy sweets? They're all sweet, but their flavours are different. What you might find is that when you hold your nose, you can just about get a sense of the sweet, but not the full flavour. Have lots of fun trying that out.